the motherfucking mob. And today we're sitting with Miss ReRe, the owner and operator of Pretty Tenders. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for sitting with us. So explain to us how Pretty Tenders got started, the name and the whole idea behind it.
Okay, so Pretty Tenders was started in 2017. I actually started the business in May, but I didn't actually launch or release it until my 30th birthday in October. I wanted to make sure it was perfect. But it got started just really having a conversation with my parents in their room, me wanting to start a business but not really knowing what I wanted to do. And so we sitting there talking, and I'm like, what am I good at? What am I good at? And the only thing that came to mind and kept coming to mind was me bartending. And so as we're having this conversation, we're thinking of names, we're thinking of like colors, logo design, all these different things. And I'm putting it all in my notes, in my phone, and we literally came up with the name in about 30 minutes. And I'm like, what can I call it? And so I'm thinking, and I'm like, I wanted to be something different, something original. And it took me back to when I worked at Skyline, how everybody would be like, bartender, bartender. And so I don't want to be called bartender, so that's where Pretty Tenders came from. And I'm like, okay, how do I want this business to be? And then I knew I wanted it to be a mobile bartending business where I go to the customer and they really don't have to do anything. And so that's how that came about.
That's dope. That's dope. I like that. So when it comes to alcoholic beverages, are you self-taught? I know you say you did some bartending before, but did you kind of like self-teach yourself how to be a mixologist, or you took a little training class?
I did not take a training class. I did not go to school for bartending. I got all of my experience from working at Skyline for about 3 or 4 years. I took a break from Skyline. I went back. But me starting at Skyline, I had no experience bartending, but I did have experience waitressing.
Okay.
And so it just really was all about learning how to make the drinks, and there were different recipes there at the time. And once I got that down packed, it came natural for me. And I did used to drink. I don't drink anymore. It's been about 7 years since I've had a drink. I don't drink at all. Not wine. Not wine. Not wine coolers, nothing.
How that happened? What was the reason for you to stop?
Because when you work around so much liquor, like the smell of it just becomes a smell that just, it makes you just want to, but that was just me.
Yeah.
And so I didn't automatically stop drinking. It took a while to get to that point, but I knew I wanted to make a change. So that's what brought about me not drinking anymore. But I hate the smell of gin. I hate the smell of tequila. I hate the smell of Patron.
My heart hurt.
It was just something about it that just, and then I used to drink so much. Not being in that environment before working there, working in that environment, it's different. Like, you just pick up habits that you normally probably wouldn't have. And so I can still make a good drink, though. So you don't have to drink to be able to make a good drink. But I just remember, like, the alcohol to chaser ratio, as long as you got that part down, it's simple. It's real easy.
So out of all the businesses to start, what made you choose mobile bartending?
That's a good question. I chose that because I knew that our city did not have anything like it. We didn't have anything original and different like that. And so I wanted to be the first to do it. I wanted to be able to do it in a way where it's memorable. It was going to be the best mobile bartending business out there, or at least in our city. And so I just wanted to be original and different. I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing. And that was the thing. Like, I was really only good at bartending, and so that it came natural for me. So I always feel like you do what you love. And when you do what you love, it's not work, it's fun, that's a passion for me, even though I don't drink.
Right. You're right about that, though.
That'll be hard. Do you have a favorite drink?
So I did have a favorite drink when I was drinking. So I did come up with my own drink. It's called a refill. So it's a Ciroc.
Like ReRe.
Right. So it was a Ciroc based drink, and I'm not going to tell what's in it, but I added different things in it, and then before I knew it, it was actually a customer sitting at the bar one night who came up with the name, and then I just took it from there.
What?
And they loved it, and every time they came in, I would make so many of them, and then they would tell their friends, and then before I know, I'm like, I got my own drink. But the drinks that I make now that are really popular are Jolly Ranchers and other little drinks that I done concocted, and people just love them.
Do you have fun making up the names for them?
I actually don't make up the names. I let the customer or the client or whoever's right there's like, just make me whatever. And so sometimes some of them, they'll, start talking like, oh, this remind me of, and then we'll just go from there. But I usually let the client make up the name.
Really?
I never really have a name for them, and I'm like, I get put on the spot a lot because they're like, oh, what's this called? And I'm like, I don't know yet, but give me a moment.
You need to keep that refill when, you need to keep that. Yeah, I want to try that. So what's your favorite type of event you offer services at?
My favorite type of event is wedding events.
Mm-hmm.
I love weddings because, for one, I've only been in one wedding, but that was different because I was actually in it. But to actually be like out there with the rest of the guests to see like how the whole ceremony takes place, and then once everybody's done, everybody's rushing to the bar to drink. Weddings are just beautiful. Like everything about them are beautiful, and I've been to some really nice weddings. I mean, I'm always behind the bar, ducking below, in tears, full blown. Oh. But no, weddings are beautiful. Like those are my favorite types of events, though.
I like weddings too. I'm actually gonna be in a wedding Saturday.
Oh.
So do you have any franchise options or expansion plans for Pretty Tenders now or in the works?
I won't say right now. Definitely in the works. I won't speak on it too soon because I'm one of those people, like, I don't ever really talk about what I have coming up next or what I'm doing. I'm that person, I like to just drop stuff on you. For my birthday, when I launched the business, that nobody knew about it. I only told a handful of people about what I was doing because I wanted it to be a surprise. I don't like talking about, oh, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that, and then it doesn't come to fruition. Right. Like I said, I started in May and did everything with the business, and then October I was like, you know what? The goal is to launch this on my 30th birthday as a gift to myself. But it is definitely something that I'm thinking about, looking into. I have a lot of different things in store, but again, I don't talk about it.
You don't want to say too much.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much about it because who knows? Some things might fall through, some things might, work out. So the plan is to get it as big as I possibly can, though.
Okay. What's your most commonly ordered drink?
There actually isn't one. And that's only because each event, like, the guests vary. The client usually purchases their own alcohol, and depending on what they purchase, I just use whatever they have to try to make up something. So every event is different as far as the liquor. I mean, I've done some events where I haven't even had to make not one mixed drink at all. It's just, I want this and I want that. Yeah. And so...
Well, what's your most common, like, drink like that, like the standard, like rum and Coke?
I would say Hennessy and Coke, Crown, Crown on the rocks, Patron margaritas, and gin and tonic.
When I used to bartend at the stadium, I hated when people order gin and tonic and Bloody Marys. I used to be like, how the fuck do y'all drink this shit?
Gin,
tonic water and gin.
Tonic water and gin. Then they want to twist the lime or lemon. Yeah. That's it.
And I'm opening the tonic water like they really finna drink this shit.
So it's not so much our community that drinks that. It's, other communities. I haven't done one at all, actually. Nobody ever really buys that. They don't drink it. Like, I haven't had to make one at all.
First of all, I wasn't a bartender. I lied to get that position, and I ended up being a bartender for 5 years. And when somebody ordered their first Bloody Mary for me, the first time in 5 years, I said, okay, one moment, and I went to YouTube.
And that's exactly what when I worked at Carolina, that's exactly what I would do. If I knew it was a drink I never did before, I'm like, okay, give me just 1 second. And I'm going to look up the recipe, and I'm like, ooh, we don't have the supplies for this. So maybe something else. But no, it's not a popular drink. I haven't made one at all since I've been doing this.
Disgusting. Okay. Is it back on me?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't want to speak on too much, but like in a general sense, where do you see yourself in the next year?
In the next year, I believe that I will be the go-to person for mobile bartending, hands down. That's just what I believe. I believe that when anybody's looking for a bartender, the first person that's going to come to mind is myself. And from there, I mean, I can really only go up.
Right.
And so I haven't thought about what I want to do with it as far as a team, because it really comes down to trust with that. And I don't want to work with anybody that's just all about money. But at the end of the day, like, I pride myself on providing like great customer service. And so if I'm known for that, I'm going to always get the business.
Right.
I'm going to always be the go-to person. I'm going to always be the first person that comes to mind because I do good business.
I need to link you with the people that's running a drip gala. It's supposed to be like the Met Ball Jacksonville version next year. But like, you so pretty, you should participate. But it's like, how she gonna do both? How she gonna participate and be back to serving liquor? I mean, you can serve liquor in your gown. Put pretty tendas right here.
But no, I would love to go. And that's where, if I really truly need somebody to bartend in place of me, then I can definitely get people like that that I could trust and I can bring in, and I know they're gonna do it as if it was me.
You right. Okay. Now, you're such a positive person, and your business idea and execution is amazingly matched. What is the downside of being a business owner?
Oh, I think every business owner can relate to, one, it's expensive. Just really putting yourself out there, marketing, advertising, overhead, things of that nature. It gets expensive when it's all you. You don't have. I didn't have any handouts. I did everything on my own. I didn't reach out to anybody for any favors, anything. I did it all on my own, and so that's the biggest part for me. That's a struggle, is just making sure that I have everything I need, and I continue to do these ads and put the material out there. And so a lot of people come to me like, hey, can we collab and do this, that, and the third? And I'm like, oh, I would love that, but you know, I want to be able to pay somebody for their services as well. But that's not always the case, so I have to improvise and do my own bar photo shoots and things of that nature until I'm able to work with somebody who can, you know, professionally do it. But that's the struggle. And then really the support.
Yeah.
I have the support. I truly feel like, you know, I have a lot of support out there. People that I probably don't even know, but it's just, you don't see that when you're in my shoes, because you're like, man, why am I not here? Or why am I not there? Like, what am I not doing right? Because I should be, you know, I should have blown up by now. But I try not to think about that in a negative sense, because at the end of the day, people are going to support who they want to support. Yeah. And as long as I'm positive in what I'm doing, then I think the business is going to come from that.
I definitely relate to that. I think I talked to you about that before. I definitely relate with you on that one.
Okay. What's one frequently asked question that drives you nuts?
I can't say that there is one. There isn't one. There isn't one.
I know most people that offer services, I done heard them say, like, they hate when people ask them how much is something, and then that's it. Like, you ask me, I tell you, and it's like, okay.
I can honestly say I don't get annoying questions. I don't get questions that have me like, oh my God, like, not again. I don't get those questions. The questions that I get more than anything is, hey, I'm trying to do this, that, and the third, or maybe doing the same thing that I'm doing, and they just want to know the steps to take to get to that point. And so, believe it or not, initially I was, you know, just throwing out information to people, and then I thought, I'm like, wow, like, should I be doing that? I questioned myself on whether I should be doing that or not. But after a while, I looked at it as, you know what, what's for me is for me. Right. And so instead of me just laying the whole plan out for them, because I'm that person, like, I believe you got to do your research. If you're passionate about your business and what you're trying to do, you got to do the research. You got to put the work in on the back end, because everybody's not going to be there to give you the answers to what it is that you're trying to do. So initially I was like, oh, you know, but now I'll give them the basics, where to start, and then they go from there. So, because at one point I got to where I'm like, no, I'm not responding to that. Right. I'm not about to tell you how to start your business, how to get it up and running, and what you need to do. I was that person, and I thought about it like, you know what? if I was that person asking a question, I would want some kind of guidance, and so I just changed up my mind, my mentality of how I approached those type of questions.
Yeah.
And just feel like, hey, you know what? I'll be that person to lend a helping hand, because you just never know. They might not have anybody else to go to, and they see what you're doing. And they were always nice, respectful, positive, messages that I was getting. And so I just looked at it as, you know what, let me be a blessing to somebody else, because you just don't know.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So where can people book you or inquire about your services?
So I do have a website. It's called prettytendas.com, and I post it all over the internet as much as I possibly can. When you go to the website, you'll really just see really photos, what Pretty Tendas is all about, and then you'll have the option of completing a little form at the bottom where you just provide your event information, and then that comes directly to the business email, and then I respond with your quote within about 24 hours. Really less than that, because I'm looking at my email every single day. Every day that I go to work, I'm looking to see, okay, do I have any new hits? Do I have any, as soon as I see notifications, I'm like, okay, what this is. Sometimes it's spam, and then other times it's people just inquiring. But I actually get a lot of business, not through the website, but just through, whether it be text or word of mouth, or, oh, I seen you bartended my friend's event. Hey, can you do my event? And then we would just go from there. So I'm seeing really less and less emails come from the website, but more come from texts, DMs, and things like that.
That's really good. What's next for you outside of that? I know, again, you don't want to speak too much, but do you have any other new business ventures? I did see you're going to be offering your meal training classes, teach you how to cook.
I do. So I definitely do. I actually did start another business. I didn't put it out there just yet. It's registered and everything, but I'm one of those people, it's all about perfection, and it's never going to be perfect, but I'm one of those people, if it's not ready and if it's not right, I'm not going to put it out there. And so my other business venture, soon coming, I just don't have a date for that, because I'm I would actually need to hire employees for that. And so I would actually need to be able to trust said employees. But in the meantime, right now, I do cater and cook. I'm not a chef. I'm not a caterer. By no means.
You just cook your ass off and people want to buy it.
Right. And so the more I cook for these big events and different people, the more people are reaching out to me. They're like, oh, do you do this? Do you do that? And believe it or not, a lot of people, they order the same food, baby shower food, barbecue food. I know how to cook soul food. So that's really what I want to cook for somebody's event. Hopefully soon. But the cooking lessons I started because so many people, I want to learn how to do this. I want to learn how to make that. And then after a while, I was, you know what? Let me just put something out there where I can actually go to them in the comfort of their own home and teach them how to cook the things that they don't know how to cook. Just hands-on, one-on-one. Not me doing any of the work, but just walking you through how to do certain things in the kitchen. So,
I miss when you used to go live, and she used to be cooking live, teaching us how to cook, and that's how it really started.
Yes,
and
those videos, and when I look back, I'm like, wow, it was a struggle with the camera, and I used to yelling at my kids and cussing them out, hold MF and camera.
But that's what made it good.
It was real raw live, hey, if you don't get your listen, I need you to hold it right. And so I really do miss doing that. But believe it or not, I'm not cooking at home as much as I was before. I do still cook every Sunday. That's a tradition for me. I cook every Sunday. But being able to go live and do it, I just don't have the time to do it like I want to. Not saying I won't ever start it back up, but the lessons for me is what I'm going to be looking forward to, because so many people have asked me about them. A lady reached out to me and she sent me an email today, and she was like, hey, I see that, you're doing cooking lessons. Where are you located? And I was like, told her what it's all about. I was like, hey, were you interested? But she never responded. And so I'm looking forward to that, because it's going to be fun. It's going to be informative. And I feel like it's going to bring back so much confidence in women, like, in the kitchen, like, I'm one of those people, I don't do fast food. I'll eat it, but I'll cook before I go buy anything.
Right.
That $10 I just spent at Popeyes or whatever, I go in Publix and get a pack of meat, a vegetable, a starch, and then I go home and I have a whole meal.
Right.
And so I'm looking forward to that because I hear so much, and especially from men, like, women nowadays don't know how to cook. They don't know how to do nothing in the kitchen. Or if they do cook, it's boxed food. Like,
I like your ideas because I'm one of those people that I've always, even when it comes to birthday parties, I like to be different. I don't like to do what everybody else doing. And even though there's like Publix has their little apron thing where people can do it, it's not the same. Like, I really could see you hosting like birthday parties. People have birthdays, they like to go do paint with a twist. They like to do different things. You could do like girls' night out, cooking lessons, couples cooking lessons. Men need to know how to cook. Like, it's so much you could take and run with that. That's really,
I really
good.
do hope that I can reach men as well, because you got a lot of single men out here that probably don't know how to cook or want to learn how to do certain things. So those lessons are open for all, like, kids as well.
Oh, that'll be good.
I have my kids in there sometimes with me, even though mine, they get a little lazy, and I'm like, you know what, get out. Just get out my kitchen because you don't want to do it right. But slowly but surely I have them in there doing certain things or cutting up certain things, teaching them how to hold the knife, how to use it when they're over the stove, how not to, have your arms and other items over the stove where you can burn yourself or catch.
So you got safety lessons,
right?
And all. Okay.
And so I'm really, like, I'm so excited about the lessons because I don't know, it's just something I love to do. That's what I grew up doing, sitting in the kitchen, watching my mom and my grandmother cook, and I'm greedy.
Oh my God.
I'm greedy too, so it's not even so much about me coming up with new meals or recipes, but just in there, like, that's just a passion of mine, cooking and just enjoying the food and really watching other people enjoy my food. So that is what I get out of it the most, just watching other people like, oh my God, this is so good. And I'm like,
well, we only had one chef on, so we're going to have to bring you back for cooking lessons.
yes, I think that'll be it'll be informative and fun.
So name a drink that describes you. It could be like just an alcohol brand. It could be a mixed drink. It could be whatever come to mind.
I would say a Long Island.
Oh, God.
Why Long Island?
Because a Long Island has so many different liquors in it. You don't have a lot of other things in it, but it's so many different liquors, and I feel like you got your top shelf, you got your it's just so many different liquors, and each liquor, like, can do its own thing, and but at the end of the day, like,
it's gonna fuck you up. It's gonna all fuck you up.
Right. And then I feel like me as a person, like, I have so many different things that I'm all about, but at the end of the day, like, it's just me.
Yeah.
And so I would say a Long Island. I don't know any other drink that would describe me.
Your bar is very cute and eye-catching. Did you get it custom made or found something you could tweak?
I actually it started really with the logo. The particular bar you can find online, and again, I researched and did my due diligence with that. It's called theportablebarcompany.com. Not a secret. If you're searching for bar products and things of that nature, that's where you can find that. But I found that online. And as far as the logo, obviously, I start my business name, right? But you need a logo to go with that. Mm-hmm. You can't do anything until you have your logo, really. And so the logo came after the name. And the logo, remember that conversation I said I was having with my parents where we were talking about colors and how the logo should be? I actually had a logo done by a guy, and this is my brand. Like, I want it to be perfect, and we were back and forth about certain things, and then he got impatient with me and upset, and then before I knew it, I paid for the logo $80, gone down the drain. I didn't like it, and after a while I was like, you know what, don't even worry about it. And so I reached out to a friend of mine. He referred me to a website, Fiverr.com. Mm-hmm. I found, just looking through different people who design logos and things of that nature, I found one that I really liked. I told them what I wanted in my logo, and they executed it the first time. I didn't have to go back and forth. And then with this particular website, you can get all types of business and services done on this website. And so they did my logo right the first time, and I went with it from there, and that was that. As far as the bar, once I ordered the bars, you can have the logo custom put onto the acrylic of the bar. And so I said, well, what's a bar without
the logo?
Right. And so
did you add the lights and stuff, or all that came with
so
it?
I have 2 bars. So with me ordering the bars, one of the bars came with the lights.
Okay.
Me not really knowing, like, I can do these LED lights myself. So the second bar, I put the lights on myself.
Okay.
Same type of lights. I just paid $20 versus $300.
Right.
I didn't know that at the time.
Right.
So it's all trial and error. But I did come up with, just how I wanted my logo to look, and I'm really, really particular about it. When things are being designed, they have to be perfect. Like, I'm that person, like, no, I don't. But I'm not gonna bash that person who did it initially. I'm just gonna go with the next best thing.
Right.
Okay. Everyone sees the highs of being a business owner, but no one sees the lows. What keeps you going and pushes you to knock down the goals without giving up?
The fact that I see myself somewhere better than where I am. And then the fact that I started something, and I'm very, very big on not completing things that I started. I didn't want to start a business just to do it because everybody else was doing it. I wanted it to be something that was long term and something I could hopefully do full time without having to go to work every day. I mean, that's all of our goal, right?
Right.
So I wanted to be something that was meaningful to me, and so just having a business and seeing like the support I get from everybody, complete strangers, and knowing like where I want to be in my life, that's what keeps me going. And then just providing a better life for my children. I mean,
yeah.
I want them to see like what hard work looks like, and so I actually have them sometimes helping me load and unload. Actually, I have them load all the time, and I have them unload all the time. But it is a task, like it's a job. And so before I'm like doing all of this on my own, I'm like, I got 2 sons here. Let me just start getting them to help me out with this. And so, and really even teaching them a little bit about what I do. I don't think they're interested in drinking or anything like that because, again, I don't drink. So I don't have any liquor at my house to really, have out in the open for them to even think about trying it. But that's what keeps me going, just wanting a better life for them, and them seeing like you can do your own thing and you can make money, you can have fun doing it. And so I try not to show too many other lows, but I am very transparent about the struggles that I face as a single mom, a business owner. Just to let people know, like, all of this looks good, but it's very, very hard. And then I work a full-time job. I'm in corporate America, so just doing all of these things, being a mom, going to work, being a business owner, just trying to have a personal life, it gets to be very, very difficult. And sometimes you forget, like, you do have a life you need to live. Like, life isn't all about just business and work. And so that's what keeps me going, just knowing that we're going to be exactly where God wants us to be in due time if I just keep doing what I'm doing.
That's good. You got a good head on your shoulders, and you got a good thing going.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. I'm excited. Whenever we have us a big party, we're going to make sure that we book you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And then I try to make sure that I find a way to give back as well, like me doing the summer special right now for June and July.
Oh, tell the people about your summer special.
So the summer special right now is $150 for 4 hours for any event type. Now, just to give you an idea, a wedding event is going to run you, hands down, a little over $450. That's just to book it. That's not including nothing else, no tips, nothing. That's just to book a wedding event. And that's not even including like the number of hours, because it varies depending on how many hours you want, how many people are involved. That price can easily hit $500 or better. Right. But
and you doing it for $150 for the summer.
$150 for the summer, any event type. So it's really a steal. Yeah. And if you think about it, I mean, all you're providing is your liquor. I might not even make any money with that special, but at the end of the day, it's just getting the business out there and letting people know, like, I can definitely be flexible, and I'm willing to do whatever it is I have to do to get it out there. And so with my summer special, I booked 3 events, 2 back-to-back weekends.
That's really good.
I had an event last weekend that just passed.
Shout out to
Summer special.
Terrence Tyson.
Yes,
I just seen you at that event.
I actually reached out to him.
I got off work late and missed it. I was supposed to go.
I reached out to him. I was like, hey, I
I
seen a post on his story. I was like, hey, do you have a bartender? And he was like, And then he reached back out to me, and he was like, okay, so what is this summer special? And so I sold it, and
That's dope.
2 days later, he booked it. And
That's
I was
dope.
like, yes. And then I had another previous client. She reached out to me, and she was like, okay, I'm coming back. I know I told you I wanted to do this date. I see you got a summer special going on. Does that apply? Yes, ma'am. Booked that too. I had another one, previous client as well. His event is this weekend, actually. He had already paid for his event in full. But when I seen that, his does fall in June, let me go ahead and send him X number of dollars back.
Wow.
To account for the summer special as well. And so everybody that's reaching out to me right now in this moment, I'm telling them about it if they're wanting to do it for June and July. Obviously, after July, it's going to go back to regular price, which is very affordable. You getting everything. You don't have to do anything but provide your liquor. So I think, and I haven't had anyone, that's too high. Can you? I'm fortunate enough to say I have not experienced people, no, I don't want to do that. Can you do this? Can you work with me? If they book me, they do. If they don't, they don't. But the majority of the time when I send an invoice, they book it. And
that's good customer service because most of the time, like if I was to book something in January for July and then they have a special, that special wouldn't apply to me because I'm already booked. So that's really, like, that right there will make me say, you know what, I'm gonna let you keep it. Just as the, you know what I'm saying, because you didn't have to just do
right.
Like that's
well, I try to be fair too, because I know, like, a lot of people don't think about it. I work in corporate America again, so customer service is everything. While corporate America has its struggles as well. I just try to be the very best individual I can be. Take myself out of it from an employee standpoint and just look at it like how I want to be treated. Right. If I was doing business with somebody, and so I'm very fortunate and blessed to say, like, everybody that I've done business with has been great. I have 2 returning clients for this month and next month. That's dope. And every event that I've done in the past, whether it had been a guest or whoever, they reached back out to me. Hey, you did an event I just got a call today. And I was like, I remember that. And I remember every event that I do because they're all fun. I have a good time at every last one of them. I'm always getting food. I get help with loading my truck back up. It's just a really great experience, like just being able to meet and I love meeting new people. So the experience is everything. Just being able to I say make new friends because that's just what I look at it. Like, I'm not gonna say, this was a client. I make new friends all the time. Right. And so that's what I get out of it. Like, it's just fun. So it's never really worked for me.
And that's what it should be about. But I definitely want to thank you for coming by. And we're going to have you on again.
Thank you. It's Hopefully I'll come in with some new news.
Get some food.
Now, I can make y'all some macaroni and wings and baked beans or something.
We're supposed to be on a fast, and she over here talking about something.
So you forget to, okay.
Yeah.
She every day she'll drink a smoothie. Every other day she'll drink a smoothie.
You look like you on track.
And then she'll forget it.
Well, when she said macaroni and cheese and what's that, baby, and wings and meatballs.
You got to be stronger. Tell her your mind, you got to be stronger than you.
I try to do that fasting and trying to eat healthy. It's very, very hard because like, oh my God, I really I cook macaroni and cheese every Sunday. And I just didn't cook it this past Sunday because I ain't have no more eggs from the previous event that I did, and I did not feel like going to the store. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just cook what I got. But I cook it every Sunday.
Macaroni my weakness,
and I have to have yams with it.
Yeah, macaroni, yams, and greens my weakness. But I can say, out of 30 years of life, this is the first time in about 20 times that I've stuck with the whole health thing. Yeah. Like it's been 2 weeks. I've really stuck with it.
It's a challenge.
It's hard to
And
tell.
I feel like I always tell people, I'm like, calories, schmalaries, like, who cares? Like,
When
who
it's gut
cares?
gone, then I'll be talking like that.
Hey, and even if it's not, like, I feel like you should be able to eat what you want and enjoy it.
When I get lipo 360 AM, I'm gonna eat what I want to enjoy.
Right. Yeah, I'm on the same.
No, you don't need a damn lipo 360.
I hide it well.
No. Well, we thank you so much for joining us, and
I
we
appreciate y'all.
y'all make sure y'all follow her on social media. What's your social media?
So
for
my
us?
social media, my social media is ReRe White. That's ReRe White, like the color. Pretty Tendas Mobile _ What does it say? Because I forget the Instagram handle with the underscores and so it's not on there. But whatever the case, Pretty Tendas is gonna come up on Instagram. Can't miss it.
Right, there we go. Pretty Tendas. Make sure you spell Tendas right. TENDAS _ mobile bartender. So cute.
Thank you. And then I'm on Facebook as well. Pretty Tendas Mobile Bartending.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank y'all, ladies.
You're welcome.
Bye.
We walk.